Hey guys, welcome back to Sippin and Spillin. It's our second episode. It's duh. I'm Sid.
I'm Mike.
And
we're ecstatic right now.
There's not words.
There's words.
Well,
we don't have them all figured out.
We don't have them all in order.
So 1,000 subscribers in our first 24 hours of this new channel since the first video was posted.
Right.
So we had, what do we have going into yesterday's video?
So yesterday's video, when we filmed it, we had 415 subscribers. And then when I woke up this morning, it was over 800. And then by the time we're filming this now, which we are filming it later in the day today because life.
Yeah, you guys are going to see this like within probably an hour of when we filmed
filming it. So it's like a very delayed live.
Yeah.
And we hit
a
1,000. Yeah, we hit 1,000, and then I saw like 1,001, and yeah. So thank you guys. We really appreciate the support and the feedback that we're getting.
And we're reading it. We're reading your feedback, guys.
Yep.
We're going to work really hard at this new venture to try to give you. I mean, I don't know if we can give every one of you what you want, but to try to give you what we've promised, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully, what we've promised is what you want, right? You know, I mean, what we've promised is a sipping and spilling. You know, to sit down with you guys every day, Monday through Friday, have a little sip on something in the sip down here in Mississippi, mighty Mississippi.
That's right.
And spill what's going on. You know, spill our thoughts, spill your thoughts that you may have shared with us. And just kind of talk about what's real, what's up.
Yeah, and sometimes it's going to be stuff that, you know, we might give like spoilers for. We kind of touched on that yesterday a little bit, but you know, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a new fun. It's like a live without reading comments.
Right.
It's like we read the comments after the fact. I don't know. It's fun. We're enjoying it. We're having a good time with it. But I do have to give a shout out right off the top to Brett Hill because this week, he became a $50 Patreon on our Patreon page. So we just want to give you a shout out and say thank you for supporting the channel. We really appreciate that. Also wanted to address, we've had some people ask, which I totally understand the question because not being a super YouTube savvy person myself until I started doing YouTube, I wouldn't have known what this was either. We did change, as many of you may know, our main channel is 3 Mississippi.
Formerly the Crouch Ranch.
Formerly the Crouch Ranch TCR.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, do I need to resubscribe? Is it a different link? Like, how do I find you guys? That channel is simply the name switched. It's the same people, same content, same link, same everything. The game remains the same. The name has simply changed.
Yeah, if you were subscribed to it, you're still subscribed to it.
You're still subscribed to it.
The logo and name just show up different in your feed. So if you don't realize that the Crouch Ranch is now 3 Mississippi, you might be a little confused when you see 3 Mississippi pop up and her face on the thumbnail. But yeah, that's us.
But that's us. But the secondary part of that question was with Sippin and Spillin. This is a separate channel, and if you would be so kind, yes, you would have to subscribe to that separately if you were so inclined to do so. Which
and those of y'all that don't,
but you know, it is what it is.
Those of y'all that don't know this, just subscribing to a channel doesn't get you notified. Okay, you actually have to click the bell down there.
Yep.
To get notified for that channel, and then YouTube takes it a whole step farther, and they only send you a small percentage of the notifications.
Yeah, depending on your interaction with that channel.
Right. So you have to go into your settings on YouTube and turn on all notifications if you want to make sure that all of the channels that you've subscribed to, that you're going to get notified every time they do something on YouTube. You have to turn on all notifications. So that's just a little something a lot of people don't realize.
And I've also heard some people say that like, oh, you know, I watch these channels, but I never comment on their channels. And all of a sudden I realize I'm not subscribed to them any longer. Well, sometimes I've heard tell of people who don't interact with channels and simply watch them getting kind of unsubscribed.
I've heard people saying that too.
And I don't know if that's fact or fiction. I really don't. but I have heard enough people say it, and I've had it happen to me one time.
What
with
I
one
know
channel.
from watching like Daryl Ives and Nick Nimmin and Tim Schmoyer, what I know is that if you don't interact with channels, you may very well not get notified when they do things. I haven't heard any of those guys, the YouTube gods, say that you actually get unsubscribed. But I've heard other people suggest that might be the case. So the bottom line is, look, if you're not interacting with a channel in any way, shape, or form, you probably don't need to be subscribed to them anyway.
Well,
So,
I mean, that's
yeah.
not necessarily true. I mean, I feel like sometimes you watch something or you're listening. Like a lot of times, I'll hop into a good example is I'll hop into.
Well, that's true. If you're watching them,
like Ridge
but you're
Life's
not
live when
interacting.
he was
My
doing
bad.
lives a lot, or MT Homestead, I'll hop in their live and I'm cooking dinner and I maybe am not commenting, but I'm listening to them read the comments and discuss and talk and laugh and joke, but I'm not actively engaged because my hands are in a chicken. So sometimes that's the way it is. Well, you know.
But you know what? According to those guys, Daryl Ives and those guys, if you're actively watching a channel's videos, the algorithm sees you as engaged. It does benefit the channel greatly if you interact, if you thumbs up or thumbs down if it's one you don't like, and leave a comment.
Which they brought back again. They took it away and they brought it back.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy too.
Because the AI is looking at those interactions as well. So, you know, if you really do like a channel, maybe not us, maybe somebody else, maybe Ridge Life, you leave him a comment on one of his videos or a thumbs up because...
I don't know. I feel like we're like picking on Tim a lot the last 2 days. We're not trying to pick on you, Tim. I don't know why it's like on the top. Maybe because he just sent us those shirts, so his name is on our brain.
Yeah. Actually, I should change gears and pick on Cold Beer, because I was watching his last couple of videos about his new property. That's exciting.
That is, yeah.
38 acres, and he's somewhere in central Texas. I'm not sure where he is. I should probably message him and find out.
Yeah, he said it was further south. And
He may not tell me though, because now that we got the Spillin channel, we might just spill the beans before he wants them spilled, because that's what we're gonna do.
Well, we're not gonna like, you know, national secrets and like dox people, but you know,
I don't know any national secrets. I don't
it's
think
probably
anymore.
a good thing that you don't. I don't think you could be trusted with that kind of information.
Not now that I have a channel that's called Sippin Spillin.
Well, okay.
I'm supposed to spill it.
Oh, good Lord. So another great thing that happened today, which I posted, if you follow us on social media at all or follow our other channel at all, we had mentioned that we were doing the Fistful of Dirt podcast with Cuz Strickland, and Mossy Oak. And it turns out that
Didn't happen.
stop it. No, it turns out that he is practically a neighbor. He just lives down the road a little ways. And is a part 1 and part 2. Part 1 aired today, so I posted that link. I can't post links yet. The channel's too young. This channel's too young to post links down below yet, which I learned.
I think we need 1,000 subscribers.
Well, we'll find out.
I'll find out this afternoon. That'd be great.
If I'm able to, I will post the link for Fistful of Dirt, the podcast, down below if we're able to. If not, you will have to go check out like
Three
Mississippi's social media, like on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and you'll have to go look and see the link there, because I won't be able to post it
Or
here.
you can go to GOOGLE
Oh my God.
and put in Fistful of Dirt
Such a dork.
podcast.
I will try. You know what I'll do is I'll look up after this video posts. I will look up the link if I'm not able to put it in the description, and I'll pin it as the top comment.
Ooh, there you go.
Look at me being fancy.
Look at you being fancy.
So
basically what she's saying is y'all don't know how to spell Google.
I'm not
even though I just
saying
spelled
that.
it for you.
I'm not even sure if you spelled it right. Let's be real.
Google.
You got all weird in the middle, so I'm not sure.
How many O's are in Google?
All the O's. But
What am I drinking?
he's drinking water, folks. Don't let him fool you. He's just a little slap happy today, which is often the case in the late afternoon. So, and sometimes I have to then slap him.
Who's slap happy?
I'm just saying. But anyway, so that first part aired today, and that
was good.
It was good.
I enjoyed
listened
listening to it.
Yeah.
I was nervous.
I was nervous too, which is weird because we do YouTube and we, but
Yeah.
that's us editing it and us seeing it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really cool how they laid out the first part. I'm excited to hear the second part next week. So it aired today, Tuesday. It's gonna air the second part, the finale, if you will, next Tuesday. And it was really great. We had a great time. And then tomorrow's video on 3 Mississippi that's coming out is the kind of a little bit of the behind the scenes of the filming of the podcast and getting a tour of Cuz's property and Mike just absolutely picking his brain about deer plots.
Yeah.
So
that's a fun video. It's a good video.
It is a fun video.
And if you're not into deer plots or deer hunting, it doesn't matter. It's still a really good video. It's a beautiful tour of a beautiful property.
Yeah.
Sid did a great job of editing it and putting some nice B-roll in there that she filmed and some music. Oh, here's a fun fact for you guys.
Oh.
About 4 days after you get tore up by wasps, you will itch like crazy underneath the skin, like down inside somewhere.
Yeah. So this weekend, I think it was Sunday after.
You think it's funny?
I do. I think it's hysterical.
It's not hysterical.
Mainly because Frankie and I were like, I don't know about that. So we decided we were going to take a walk down into the creek and go check it out. Yeah,
we've been planning this for a while. We're like we're going to adventure.
So this is actually, spoiler alert, this is going to be this coming Sunday's video.
Oh, is that when we're doing it?
Is us, yeah. We got these, we've talked about them before on 3 Mississippi. We got some really good high sea muck hiking boots all-terrain situation happening there, and we were gonna really put them through their paces. We've had them now for like a month, and we've really been putting them through their paces, and we're gonna tell you what we think about them now. And so I'm excited about that video. I'm working on that right now, but we start to go down into the creek to go putz around and go see what's what and figure out the best ways to get in and out of the creek. And
I was looking for the best way through the brush along the edge of the creek.
And Frankie and I are hanging back a little bit because he had the machete and he was just very excited about it. A little too excited about it.
I was Indiana Jones in it.
But he wasn't
I had a gun and a machete.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
All the things. Because he wasn't really paying attention to his surroundings as much as I feel like he maybe should have.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. Okay. All right. I'm going to remember that.
I'm
going to remember that next time you get into a wasp nest.
Okay.
It's not like there's that easy to see.
Well, no, but I also look like before. Do you remember when I was climbing down in there? I was looking at the tree before I touched it to see.
This is the person who runs into every furniture we have in the house all the time. She has bruises from like mid-thigh down all the time.
I haven't, funny side note, since we moved here, I haven't done that. Something about the configuration of the house, I have not done that once. I have almost, however, fallen down the stairs about 14 times, mainly due to the dogs, but I've now taught them to stay at the bottom of the stairs until I tell them, like, post once I'm up at the top. And then they come barreling up the stairs.
I'm relatively certain there's going to be a hospital visit because of those dogs and those stairs. They wait till you start to go up the stairs, then they want to race you and pass you on the stairs. And
that's why I'm working with them on that right now. Yeah, I'm working on it right now. Skylar's really good. She'll hang back and stay behind you and walk slowly. But Lundy decides, our German Shepherd, that she can just tear off in front of you and like almost knock you over.
And it's a fun game.
It's a fun game. So I've now got her, and it's kind of funny now because I can literally say, stay, as soon as she starts to race, and she will pause like half on one stair, half on another, like mid-air, and wait till I get to the top of the stairs, and I turn around and look at her, and post is her release. So I'll say post, and then she comes barreling back up the stairs like her butt's on fire.
And she's already hurt her own foot once on those stairs.
Yeah, she already hurt herself once on the stairs, but homegirl has not learned her lesson. So keep a good thought for Lundy that we don't kill each other going up and down the stairs because it may happen. So, but anyway, so we get into there, and
Where'd we get into?
Into the creek. We got sidetracked.
Oh,
so
we got
going
sidetracked.
in the creek, guys. And
we got sidetracked by wasp.
Squirrel, wasp, whatever. So all the creatures. So and I'm pointing it over this way because that is the creek right there. I'm looking at it. Yeah. So anyway, so he goes through this area that he should not have tried to get through, in my opinion. It was not clear enough.
This is just brush.
But couldn't see what the situation was. Anyway, so he gets in there, and all of a sudden, we hear him cussing a blue streak, batting at the air, freaking out at the edge.
My machete was a fly swatter.
Yeah, but he's at the edge of the little like cliff where there's a kind of a sheer drop
It's like
off.
a 10-foot drop.
Yeah, into the
down to
actual creek bed. And so he's flailing, and we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, what's the matter? And he's like, something got me. And then it gets him again because he like made it angry. It was still sitting on his arm, and it stung him again. And he's freaking out, and I'm like, don't fall. And
they're flying around me.
Yeah,
at this point, I knew what it was.
Yeah,
finally.
I'm yelling at him. I'm like, don't fall. Whatever you do, don't fall. Just come back this way. And so he finally, makes it back over the fence and gets back through. And I was like, we're not going down that way.
Look,
Like, it's
okay.
not happening.
It's interesting for me to get lectured by my two girls about where I should and shouldn't have gone through the brush. They forget that I grew up in that environment.
Yes,
this is not my
How
first.
many times have you been bitten by snakes? And how many times have we been bitten by snakes or
Whoa,
venomous
whoa.
creatures? I'm just
You can't
saying.
compare how many times you've been bitten by snakes to how many times I've been bitten by
Well,
snakes.
we weren't actively hunting the snakes, to be fair.
There's that. And how many
And you were.
hours have you guys spent out in that environment
Okay.
compared to me?
Well, so all the more reason
Basically
why.
0.00000.
Yes, but all the more reason why you should not be.
I feel like you guys should be learning from me.
Yes, learning how not to get eat up by the wasps. I'm just saying.
You can't be
mean,
afraid to go out into nature.
I'm not afraid, but I'm also gonna I'm gonna choose the path of least resistance is all I'm saying. Did I not? I'm the one that found the way out of there too. That was better
For you.
for everybody.
Okay.
Ugh. Anyway, okay, so that's the story of
I feel
now.
like
So
a
now
country boy that's got a city girl telling him what's up right now.
Well, okay.
She's
Whatevs,
like,
yo.
She's like, you need to go where I tell you to go in the woods.
Well,
I'm gonna let her go in front.
but
next
you should
time.
have seen his arm. He looked like Popeye without the spinach.
It lit me up.
Yeah, he had this whole like psh going on, and I was like, wow, that's quite the forearm. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, and
Yeah.
it was just like,
yeah, and yeah, he looked like a seaman on shore leave. That's all I'm gonna say. No,
no,
Yeah.
I wasn't near drunk enough.
no, but anyway, so those of you get that. So, what was my other thing I was gonna say?
We got we had a little short list of things we were gonna talk
But
about
no,
today.
and I know.
I can tell this is gonna be fun because I feel like when we sit down and start
It's
talking,
always a hot mess because this is how we are.
we just things come up.
Yeah.
We forgot about all the things
But-
we talked about.
But I am excited, guys, because I do have I got
Ruby, Ruby, Roo.
yeah, I got our new merch samples today. Some of them in the mail. I did not get the hats yet; they're on their way. But I did get my 3 Mississippi shirts, and I think I'm going to also have eventually some Sippin and Spillin stuff because I have some cute ideas for shirts for that.
Yeah, she threw a couple ideas by me for sipping
yeah.
and spilling that are cute.
Yeah, so I do have some plans with that. I'm working with Autumn, who's a local graphic designer, and she's helping me with that. But so I've got my first ones here, which I'm super excited about. It again, I'll try to link that either in the description below for the bonfire, just so you guys can go see it. And I also did a.
And if we're not allowed to yet, if for whatever
I'll
reason
put it
they
in
won't,
the
then we'll
comment.
put it in.
I'll put it in a comment, yeah. And I'll pin it. I also did the California Refugees TCR shirt.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
I did that. I added that yesterday. So it's cute. So anyway, so I got that going on.
All right.
But yeah, so it's all good. I got some cute stuff on there. Got hats and shirts and all that good stuff. So yeah, go check it out and see what you think. I actually really like the baseball one. It's actually kind of comfortable.
That
It's
was
very-
your favorite shirt design from something else we did. Was the baseball shirt design?
Something that we did?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, I think. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Doesn't
I
matter.
believe you, but I don't know.
All right, what did we miss? We talked about so many things we
Well,
weren't going to talk about.
What
What things did we forget about that we
this
were going
week-
to talk about?
So this week it seems that sometimes over time I have had problems with my right and my left.
Oh.
Now, but
Oh,
I have to preface this.
NASCAR.
Wait, yes. So yeah. So I have to preface this with
She does not know her right from her
I
left.
do know
That's
my
what she needs to
no.
preface
I
with.
need to preface this with So
Hold up your right hand fast. Go, 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 go.
Stop it. Okay, this is my right hand. I have taken and taught dance for a long time, not currently, but over my years, many years on this planet, I have done that. And I've always, in that kind of situation, been able to discern pretty easily my right from my left. For some reason, when I'm driving and someone else is giving me directions, from my GPS, not an issue at all. When he gives me directions or somebody else does.
Okay, well, hold on. Your GPS, you look at it and you see the purple line go that way, and you know.
But I don't always look at it. I'm just listening to the people talk. The lady on the thing. I don't think so. Yeah.
Anytime I tell her go right, she goes left.
Well, and like Frankie.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
She goes left. She only wants to go left when she's driving.
I don't know what it is.
We get to the end of our street,
NASCAR.
okay, and I think part of it, and this is it's not a dig, it's just an observation. I think part of it is
because I'm short.
No.
Okay.
Knowing where you are in relationship to where you're going from a north, south, east, west point of view. In other words, understanding your bearings and understanding I am currently...
If I go left enough, eventually I will get there.
Yeah, I hope you speak Mandarin, because you may go through China to get there. Here's the thing. I think that if you know that you are north of your destination and you are currently traveling west, then left makes sense, right?
Correct, not right.
All right. But I am convinced that she doesn't understand where she is north, south, east, west wise in relationship to where she's going.
Okay.
A lot of the time.
Okay. But like the other day, Frankie and I were at, where were we? Scruggs, I think. We went to Scruggs in Tupelo.
Which is north of us.
Which is north of us, which I do know. And I had to use the restroom because we've been driving for what felt like forever already. And so we go to use the restroom, and as soon as we get to the little hallway where the restroom sign is, I turn left to go to the door for the bathroom. And it had, which for some reason I thought it was a woman's sign on it, but it wasn't. It was a man's sign. And Frankie had to like stop me. She was like, "Mom, why are you going in the men's room?" And I was like, "What?" And I had to like look. And I was like, "Oh, it's to the left." I just assumed that was the right way to go. For some reason, I always want to go left. And I almost went in the men's room because of it.
We went to the end of our county road, which is obviously, to most people, I think, clearly, without question, north of the highway, okay? It runs parallel to and north of the highway. And what's interesting is when you go right down that county road, you turn right to go south to the highway.
Yeah.
So then, if you go left down the county road, it seems like you would then go left to go south to go to the highway, right?
You've already hurt my brain saying that, so I'm confused already.
So that was the point where she then felt like, oh, then am I supposed to go? She got confused for a minute. Then am I supposed to go right? Because I've been giving her a hard time about always wanting to go left.
And so then
I said, no, this time you're supposed to go left because we want to go south.
Yeah, oh, I remember that.
It was
but then
hilarious.
But then I also thought he was still giving me false information to mess with me, so I still started to
I gave no false
right.
information to mess with you.
I still started
I thought
to turn
it was
right,
hilarious.
and then he yelled at me. He's like, "No, I mean it. Go left."
This time you should go left.
Yeah. I mean, I even did it when we were in the pasture. Pasture. I keep saying pasture. I can't talk. When we were back there in the field.
Oh yeah, go back and watch. Oh, this is good.
We can come on home saying when David was here, and we took him out for a tour of the property, and they're both telling me to turn right, and I start going left.
And we both at the same time, David and I, start yelling at her, "Your other right."
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute.
And this happened. What's funny is if you watch tomorrow's video on 3 Mississippi,
from the people.
If you watch tomorrow's video on 3 Mississippi, you're gonna see a moment where she sped the camera up. She's doing like a B-roll thing, and she's got music playing, and we're going down his long driveway.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see a moment that you wouldn't know unless I told you this right now, because I'm spilling. Okay. You're gonna see a moment where the road forks. Okay. And she starts going left, and then she cuts right and cuts across the grass to get on the left. Now,
because he's in, but
had she played that in real time with the audio, I say, go right, your other right, and then she finally cuts across the grass.
That is accurate. That did happen.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
look
anyway.
for that in tomorrow's video on 3 Mississippi when we're at Cuz Strickland's place.
Yeah, and it's right at the beginning of the video too. Like you can't miss it.
And in fact, comment on that video and just say your other right.
Yeah.
Just comment your other right.
Yeah.
I'll know you watched this.
Then we'll know. And we'll know that you're in the know. In the sip, in the know from the spill.
That's right.
All right, guys. We loved hanging out with you guys today. Thank you again.
I'm going to enjoy these.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot.
Because he's going to pick on me. That's all right. I'll find something to pick on
I
you.
think a lot of times you're going to pick on me, though. And a lot of times we're just going to be honest.
Yeah.
We're just going to have we're going to be spilling some real talk.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Thank you for before our second video even hit the deck here, for helping us to get over 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
We appreciate you. Thank
Love
you.
it.
And we will see you tomorrow on the next Sippin' and Spillin'.